Okay, let's do this. So a little while back, I did a comic book collection. I've recently picked up some new stuff, and I figured I'd just showcase it because why not? There's not going to be much of an order to this. It's just going to kind of be whatever. I'm just going to showcase everything, so it might take a minute. But yeah, let's just start. First of all, we've got We Called Them Giants by Kieran Gillen. This is one I wanted to pick up for a while. It's a very nice. It looks like a very cool book. I'm looking forward to getting into it. Just a frame of reference, I have not read any of these ones yet, but I've read little samples just to make sure I'd want to buy them. And this one I'm looking forward to. This is a nice little hardcover, very cheap. I'd recommend picking this up on Amazon or wherever you can get it, a local bookstore, whatever. Yeah, this one's really cool. But next one we have is another book from Image Comics. We have Geiger, Volume 1 by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank, along with Brad Anderson and Rob Lee. Um, yeah, I got this one at the recommendation of a friend, and again, the thing that's really cool about Image Comics, a lot of their Volume 1s are sold for cheaper to get you into the book. So, yeah, this is obviously a must get. Absolutely. Can't wait to get into this. I hope I like it so then I can pick up more Geiger. So, yeah, cool. Next up, continuing on the Jeff Johns hype train, we've got Infinite Crisis. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into this one. I did mainly get this because obviously I like the original Crisis on Infinite Earths, but also I got it specifically so I could read its sequel, so to speak, or its direct continuation. But either way, looking forward to getting into this. I know I'm expecting good things from a Jeff Johns book. But yeah, cool. Moving on, we got a 2-for-1 here. My One of my most recent arrivals was the two New X-Men Modern Era Epic collections by Grant Morrison with art by Frank Quietly and Lionel Francis Yu and Ethan Van Sciver, or Sciver, however you say it. But either way, yeah, a lot of great stuff. This is the best X-Men run. It's pretty hard to beat this one. I mean, Grant Morrison is is one of the best comic book writers out there. Their work is absolutely fantastic, and there definitely won't be any more Grant Morrison books in this video. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, moving on, we've got another writer who I'm sure is only going to appear once in this video. Got Kingdom Come by Mark Waid with art by the legendary Alex Ross. I mean, do I even need to explain why I got this one? This one's a no-brainer. This is a must get. This is a must-have for anyone's collection if they're looking into getting. If you're looking into getting DC books, this is a fantastic place to get into. But yeah, definitely recommend. Can't wait to give it another read. But yeah, right. Moving on, we have a book from the DC Finest line. That being Wonder Woman: Origins and Omens by Gail Simone. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to reading this. Again, this is another recommendation from a friend. You're probably watching this, so you know who you are. Just know that you are definitely the one reason why I'm buying this book, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. I read a few issues ages ago just to see if I'd like it online, and yeah, this is great. Like, I can't wait to read more. Very fun. Excited to get a proper Wonder Woman run. Feel like I only see her in other books. Just it's gonna be fun to get like a proper run with her. But yeah, another DC Finest book, the second one and final for today. The Teen Titans of the Judas Contract by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. I think that I love this duo of Wolfman and Perez. I loved their work on Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I mean, this is like prime Teen Titans. This is, you ask a lot of people, this is the best they've ever been. And honestly, this is a steal for how much you get. Like, this is like 600 pages of classic 80s Teen Titans. So again, like I'm going to be saying with a lot of these, can't wait to get into it. But yeah, moving on. Oops, put those away. All right, next one. We've got a compendium, one of two today. We have another Grant Morrison book. It's Animal Man by Grant Morrison. Um, if anyone knows what this book is about, you know that this is arguably one of the more insane books just to come from one of the big two. Very. mind bending. I'll say that much without giving it away. But I can't wait to see just how far it goes because I have not read the full run, so I'm excited. But yeah, definitely can't wait to get into that one. Oh, oh, and there goes my camera, of course. But yeah, all right, moving on. Let's just do our other compendium, our third and final Image Comics book for today. The Sex Criminals Complete Edition by Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky. Uh, I mean, what a great duo to like have make a book, and this book is crazy from the little bit I've read. I mean, even this quote here says it all. You should know what you're getting into with a name like Sex Criminals. But very funny from what I read. Looking forward to reading the rest. So yeah, moving on. Oh, it looks like we're getting into the omnibuses this time. I guess we'll start with this one. Once more into the world or into the mind of Grant Morrison, we have Seven Soldiers omnibus. Now, very interested by this one. I feel like this is a really cool way to get into a lot of lesser known characters like Clarion the Witch Boy and Bulleteer and Guardian and so many other characters, Frankenstein, and a great. I again only read like the issue 0 for Seven Soldiers, but it was a very intriguing hook, and just I'm just excited to see more. Grant Morrison has not done me wrong yet, so I have full faith that this will be a good book. But yeah, moving on, we have another trip from Mark Waid. And you could say it's quite fantastic because we've got the Mark Waid and Mike Wieringo Fantastic Four omnibus. Well, I mean, with this is a great cover. This is great. I love the Fantastic Four. I think they're some of Marvel's best. I really hope the upcoming movie is good. Um, I mean, Hickman's run was my first proper entry point into these characters, so I'm excited to see more. And yeah, no, I love what I've skimmed through this book, and I think there's some really cool looking stuff in here. And I have heard that this is a great entry point into Fantastic Four. So if anyone was looking to pick this up, then yeah, go for it. These are some great characters and stories you can get into. But next up, we have another book by Gail Simone. A lot of repeat writers in this collection. We have Secret Six by Gail Simone, Omnibus Volume 1. I will be most likely picking up the second one later in the year. And I just want to talk about the presentation of this Omni real quick. This is insane. Like, this is a brand new cover made just for this book. And then all of the extras and stuff inside. I mean, in terms of presentation, this is one of the best Omnis out there. Um, I read a little bit of this a few months back online, like with a lot of these other books, and I absolutely loved it. It's very rare I fall in love with a book this quickly. I only read 2 issues of Villains United, which is what starts this omnibus, and man, I am so looking forward to reading more. This may be one of my favorite things from this collection, and that's saying a lot just because of how much good stuff there is. But yeah, can't wait to read more. I feel like I'm saying that a lot, but I really mean it. Like, there's some incredible stuff, and I feel like this could go into some amazing directions. But yeah, moving on. We have another book here, another Marvel Omni. Ooh, what could it be? Oh, could it be? Maybe it's maybe. Oh, no, it could be anything. Hmm. Oh. Oh no. Oh. Okay, there we go. We have the Matt Fraction and David Ayer Hawkeye omnibus. I mean, this is one of the Marvel comic runs. I've only read 1 issue. Again, this was about 2 years ago, and just like with Secret Six, it's very rare I get into a comic as quickly as I did with that. Like this and Secret Six, I got into so quickly. I think the only reason I didn't read more of Hawkeye is just because I had other stuff to read at the time. But now I can actually give this run the attention it deserves. And again, you know, the story of this is so interesting to me. Like Matt Fraction basically just got given this book because it was a bad selling book. They basically just Marvel were just throwing Matt Fraction the worst, deck of cards possible, expecting it would do poorly, and then it becomes an absolute juggernaut of a hit for Marvel Comics, and it's beloved by beloved by everyone who's read it. And again, I read one issue, and I already get the hype. So honestly, this might even be one of the first things I read. I really don't know, but yeah, uh, start up the counter. Can't wait to read it. But yeah. Next up, we have, I believe, yeah, the final Marvel omnibus. Not as much Marvel today. It's a lot of DC. But another Marvel book. One of the more recent additions to this collection. We have Annihilation by, I mean, just so many people, by Keith Giffen, Andy Lannon, Dan Abnett, and the list goes on. Immense talent in this. But obviously, this is the book that kind of brought back to life the cosmic side of Marvel. As you can see, we've got a lot of very popular characters, or very cool characters. We've got Nova, Drax, Silver Surfer, Super Skrull, Ronan, and Thanos over there with Annihilus. The classic Fantastic Four villain Annihilus is the primary antagonist. Obviously, this received a sequel about a year later. I think it was 2007. I think the sequel came out, Annihilation Conquest, and I believe that is also getting an omnibus in a few months' time. So I mean, maybe I'll get the other one. Who knows? But yeah, this is a really cool one. I will refrain from saying what I've said about every book because again, I really do mean it. But again, some awesome looking stuff in here. Uh, Again, haven't read it but skimmed through it. I get the hype. So moving on, we got a big boy here. We got a 1400 pager, a classic era who stands for truth, justice, and a better tomorrow. It is Superman: The Triangle Era Omnibus Volume 1, with talents such as Dan Jurgens, Jerry Ordway, Roger Stern, Louise Simonson, and Bob McLeod, or Cleode, however you say it, whatever. But yeah, no, this is great. Again, another book I sort of sampled by reading some issues online before picking it up. And I actually think, if I'm not wrong, this was one of the cheaper omnibuses of the entire collection, which if you look at this absolute juggernaut of a page count, just this binder, basically. There's some great stuff in here. This is why Superman is one of the greatest fictional characters of all time. Like, I mean, how can you not love this overly patriotic like cover? And I keep putting it on that camera. That's really awkward for this book. But like, this is a collection of some of Superman's most iconic stories from the very late 80s into the 90s. And I'm pretty sure they could make like 10 of these Omnis that are just in the Triangle Era Omnibus. And I would most likely buy all of them because, again, I only read a handful of issues, but I can already tell I'm going to love it. This is arguably some of the best character work I've seen in like a big pre-established superhero comic like this. I suppose when you get that talent like Dan Jurgens and everyone else, you're in for some good stuff because the little bits of Dan Jurgens Superman I read in the Tomasi and Gleason omnibus is great. Like the man is one of the best to like understand Superman. There really isn't another that's quite as talented as he is at writing his character. But we're into the final three. So we've got three more Omnis. Which ones do I want to do first? Okay, let's let's do this one because I teased it before. But when I said I wanted to, when I bought Infinite Crisis, I got it mainly just so I could read its follow up, that being the 52 Omnibus by an insane talent, by the way. Jeff Johns, Grant Morrison, Greg Rucka, Mark Waid, Keith Giffen. I mean, as you can tell, I have a lot of their stuff now, and yeah, for good reason. These are some of the best writers DC have ever had. And I think that, again, the quote up here is very true, as addictive as any good TV series by EW. Um, yeah, no, I completely get it. I read like two issues and I fell in love with it and just wanted to read more, but knew I had to buy the omnibus before I did that. And this is so worth it. I mean, it focuses on the lesser known characters after the big three have kind of disappeared from the superhero limelight for unexplained reasons, or for reasons I'm not too familiar with because I haven't read Infinite Crisis yet, but I know that something happens in that book that leads to a world without its big three. So you see characters like Steel and Booster Gold and the Question and Renee Montoya, as well as a bunch of other characters like the Elongated Man. Really gets to focus on some pretty obscure characters or characters who hadn't hit their popularity stride yet, like with Booster. But yeah, no, this is fantastic, and again, just an insane book. One issue a week for 52 weeks is insane, and I can. There's only a few. There's only a few times they've ever done that, like Batman Eternal or I believe it was Countdown, the one that like no one likes. But like this is the one that did it best. It did it first and it did it best. But yeah, moving on, we have two more. So let's do these real quick. I couldn't leave this video, this collection, without another Batman book. So I figured, why not get the Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale omnibus? This is, from what I've heard, one of the definitive like omnis to get if you're looking to like buy Batman stuff. It contains some of the most popular stories. The only story I've read from this is The Long Halloween. I have not read Dark Victory or Catwoman When in Rome, or as well as the one-shot Halloween issues. There's some really cool stuff in here. I love Tim Sale's art. I think Jeff Loeb does a really good Batman, both in and out of continuity, from what I've read. I have not read Hush 2, so maybe that's not the case. Maybe that's not as good, but at least the stories here and like Long Halloween and stuff, incredible. Like, you know, there's a reason why it's considered like a baby's first Batman story, because it's arguably one of the best and one of the best introduction points into the character of Batman. So yeah, another one I'd highly recommend. It's been in print for a very long time. It's been in print for the better part of a decade, so it's very easy to find. But yeah, go check it out if you want to. But we've got one more book, one more, another big boy. This one's almost 1,500 pages. A little bit of a more recent one from the last decade or so, and one last DC book. We have Justice League Dark Rebirth Omnibus by James Tynion IV and Ram V, along with art by people such as Raul Fernandez. This is another book where I only read a few issues, and this is some of the best like horror I've ever seen from a comic book. Like, there's some like very unsettling stuff in this. Like, there is a character who has the dumbest name I've ever heard. He's called the Upside Down Man. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds like the Bye Bye Man. It sounds stupid. But he is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. He's so unsettling. And this cast of characters is really interesting. I mean, you basically have Wonder Woman leading the team. You got Zatanna, you got Man Bat, you got Bobo, Detective Chimp, my beloved, and we got Swamp Thing. Like a very cool team. It was a mix up. It was like a shake up for me. Which one, or like a toss up, I should say. Which one would I go for? The Justice League Dark Rebirth Omnibus or the New 52 one? And after looking into it, this one I think has the better stories and the better quality. While the New 52 one just kept getting bogged down by like other comic book runs interfering. This one has little to none of that. And I mean, just like look at this book. That is huge. And yeah, no, I'm you know, start the counter again. I'm very excited to read this, but like that's what happens when you buy nothing but fantastic books. But either way, that is it. So I mean, ignore the very low effort recording, but I hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more like this, let me know in the comments. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.